Right, we're ready for another start there. This is race 9, the Intermediate Trophy, and already a flyer from, that looks like Neil Chappell there. Got a good break on the field as we still see a puddle of water there going in towards turn 1. I've been to Manfield for years. I don't think I've ever seen water lay on the track in that position. It's possibly about 3/4 metre wide now after the concrete wall there in pit lane, and it was a bit bigger before, but everyone seems to be coping with it, and right now it is Neil Chappell out in the front. That'll be Todd Ackroyd there in third place, and in between him is Richard Markham Barrett there on the Speed Junkie NSR 300 two-soaked twin, and he's actually closing in on Neil Chappell. Neil Chappell, I think, had the fastest laps earlier on in the race today. Somewhere along Richard Markham Barrett may have done that, but a change of position there for third spot. I mentioned it was Todd Ackroyd there. That's got to be Roger Cathrew that's gone through there and past him. He must have had a bit of a difficult start there, but that position has changed again, so Ackroyd went into there quicker, and no, sorry, that's another bike coming across Todd Ackroyd. Could be Uriah Ryken there. We'll wait till the start-finish line and just try and pick up who's who. Still recognising colours. It's the first race meeting of the year for this season for me, for this class. My 13th weekend away so far this weekend. Yeah, pretty well everything's been motorcycling orientated, everything indeed. I was at Medford a couple of weeks ago, and the Bears Central Sound of Thunder here, Central Thunder meeting a weekend before, and sort of lots of it going on. So, but this is the first time I've seen some of these bikes, and still trying to work out who's who and who's out on the track and who's not. It's oh, sorry, that's my phone. I've just pulled it out. I'll put it upside down so you can't hear it. I don't know how to cancel it. Customers trying to ring you on a Sunday and expect you wanting to jump up and do things when they don't need it done. That's right, that's self-employment for you. Back to what's happening on the track, and Richard Markham Barrett has set the fastest lap in lap 1. He would have been coming off the front row of the grid. Don't quite have those right bits of piece of paper here. What have we got? We've got Intermediate Trophy. Intermediate Trophy, yeah. Actually, he wouldn't have been coming off the front row. He would have been 7th, so he would have been off the second row. But we'll see after this lap who's the quickest round. And both those guys leading in the 19s, 19.621 and 19.959. But don't forget that those people have done it on their first lap, so there'll be the standing start. So we're now into the 15 mark, and Chappie, a 1:15.745, a 1:15.990 for Markham Barrett. A small gap between them on the start-finish line. Not much between them, of course. Like I said, there's probably less than 0.2 of a second, but right now it is the NSR, the black and orange machine has got a little bit through the infield there as we see him etching into the lead of Neil Chappell. Neil will be looking over his shoulder, working out where he is. He wants to win this race, but of course the slowest time possible. We've got 6 laps to go, so he'll be keeping the hammer down. Conditions getting a little bit warmer. It'll be interesting to see what the best lap time is now compared with the earlier race in the day. I've just got it here, the Intermediate Trophy. We had the 17s. We're in the 17s for the best time. We're now nearly 2 seconds quicker already in the race, a 1:15.745, so definitely the track drying a bit. There's still, from where my vantage point is, I can't see any standing water on the track. There might be a little bit of a stream dribbling across maybe over in Higgins. We had water dribbling across the track going into turn 1 in Toyota earlier on the day, but that all seems to have dried up. There's still the damp patches here to there, you know. In the S's there were quite a few earlier on, but just about all gone, so expect lap times to drop during the day. We saw Glenn Scatchew out on the ZX10 testing it during the lunchtime, and he went into the 7s, I think, with a 1:7.899. That's his, I think it's probably his first time on that bike, and that's the super bike that Horst Seiger rode to the Suzuki Series last year, so that's the Kawasaki ZX10, so already not official because it was in the just practicing, but went into the 1.7s. We've seen 1.9s here with the 675 Triumphs and that sort of thing. So Chappie out there on the Mead Speed 650 ER6, I think this is a twin cylinder bike. I had a look at it in the pits and had a listen to it, and I think this is the ER6 650, and what a beautiful job. The Mead Speed exhaust pipe is on titanium, and there's something about that and the skill of of Mead's speed to weld up that and just make it a beautiful piece of work. And this stuff works as well, because Mead speed is, well, the name's been around for a while. It's not always been the young fella at the head of the company, but right now it seems he is, and putting out good products and just art, just absolute art. All right, we're now down into the 15s with a 15.693 for Neil Chappell, a 15.950 for Richard Markham Barrett. That were both on that last lap on lap 4. Roger Castro's floating around there in the 15s as well. In fact, he's second quickest here with a 15.852, and there he is in third place, going through that left-hander in the S's into the right-hander there on the TSS Red Baron sponsored Yamaha R450. They started life as a 600cc four-cylinder bike. Somehow the people disable one of those cylinders and turn them into a 450, and these have been pretty good at the New Zealand Superbike Championships in the Superlight class, with a number of them winning the class. I think the same bike, Greg Percival's bike, won, not this year, but the last 2 years, won the Superlight Championship, and that is a Yamaha, and was out there this year in the hands of Cristofori, but Cristofori, being a bit of an animal this season, had a lot of crashes, 3 crashes at Taupo, and didn't get to win the title, but certainly a hot product out there. The 600's converted into a 450cc triple. Okay, lap times wise, the last lap is, it still is Neil Chappell, 0.3 of a second quicker on the track than his opponent out there, main opponent, Richard Markham Barrett. There we are, coming across back markers with 3 laps to go. Ctas live timing. Who's actually brought to us this class? It is the Intermediate Trophy, and it is Ctas as the main sponsor. Blue flag out there, blue light out there at the hairpin, indicating to a lap rider that he's about to get, or he or she is about to get jumped upon. Understand it was a fairly full day yesterday here at Enfield for the track day. I think most of the rounds here, when the Vic Club Winter Series is on, the Bridgestone Winter Series, they will be having a track day the day before, and it's a good way to come along and just, well, if nothing else, if you're a road rider and you want to get out there, there's certainly a lot of races that are prepping for the second day of racing, or the race day for this series. We'll be around the pits and be able to help you with set up on your bike and just have a track and chat with them and do what's going on. Okay, the gap is closed up here, 1.470 seconds. It's now down to less than half of that, 0.655 seconds. So Markham Barrett is now closed up the gap. He was 0.8 of a second quicker in that last lap. Right now, that's enough. If he continues the same lap time there, providing he finds a place to pass, he could take the lead here. In saying that, Chappie will just possibly have to sit down there and think, well, I can hear someone on my tail, I've got to up the ante in that, and he's got a bit more up his sleeve, being in the 1:15 mark as well. So Cathro still very respectable time there in third place with no one to chase. Really, it's 150, maybe 200 metres off in front of him and a similar distance behind, but putting down some consistent lap times on the number 24 machine there in third, still in the high 15s. Let's have a talk about who else is out on the track. Been no changes really in the last lap. Uriah Ryken, Todd Ackroyd, Colin Terry and Chance Oliver Stevens wound up the top 7. Chris Beams has moved forward there and got ahead of Rob Edwards. Chris Beams riding in the number 17 machine with Rob Edwards on the number 50 machine. Ken Jeston and David Johnson there in 10th and 11th place. I see a DNF for Kendall Dunlop. I saw someone coming into the pit. So hello, we've got someone down there on the infield there. Down there on the left-hander there, and walking away from their bike. I think that is number 38, maybe 36, Chance Oliver Stevenson. It looks like it possibly his bike, but the important thing is he is wandering away from it all. So the white flag, I think, is out. Yes, indeed, the white flag is out. It's the last lap there. Those 2 lead bear bikes. Chappie obviously knew that something was happening behind them, and he's picked up his pace and pumping in a 1:15.4 compared with a 1:15.7 for Markham Barrett. So Markham Barrett gave him the hurry up, whether he got close enough so he could look over, hear the bike in behind, or whether he's getting indications from pit lane, or he just looked over his shoulder, whatever, or whether he just decided, well, the last lap flag's coming up shortly, I better dig deeper and get on with this race and get out there in front. Sorry, he's already in front, but get out there and extend his lead. So, bit of a difficult corner, that left-hander in the S's today. We've had, it's the second crash we've had there today. I don't think there's been too many other crashes elsewhere around the track. Young Finn Harmon from Carterton unfortunately crashed just on entering the track there earlier on today, as we see the checkered flag going out for Neil Chappell with 47 Richard Markham Barrett there taking second place, and there is Roger Cathro goes through there and takes a good solid third. Long way back to Uriah Ryken there in fourth place with Todd Ackroyd. Now Todd Ackroyd's one of those bikes, there he is down the back straight.